Hey YouTube, Untamed here. So just the other day, another gentleman reached out to me on Instagram, super cool guy. He said, hey, I have the exact setup that you're looking to pursue for your 4Runner already on my 2019 4Runner TRD Pro. If you want to meet up, I'm happy to do so and let you kind of do a side-by-side. So I figured I would be interested in that, and I figured, of course, you guys would probably want to see that if there's anybody else out there interested in doing the same thing. So obviously mine is on the right here. And it is stock. Again, it's a 2021 4Runner TRD Pro. Both, of course, super white. You got some additional goodies on this one, which we'll highlight here in a second. But really, I just want to start with this shot here to kind of give you kind of an idea of just the height difference. And you can kind of mainly tell when you look at the side view mirrors here. So that kind of gives you a good idea of really the difference here. So this gentleman here, for those of you who didn't see that previous video, he put on a Westcott design lift. So that lift is embedded and included within the stock TRD-tuned or Fox TRD-tuned suspension on here. So I'm gonna have him jump in here in a couple of minutes, and I'll show you a better look. But really, I wanted to start just kind of do a side-by-side as they're both kind of pointing forward here. So this one has about 1.5 inch perch that goes on that existing Fox TRD-tuned suspension. So it brings it up about 1.5 inches, and you can kind of tell that. It almost looks like a little bit more than that when you look at it like this. And I don't think we're really on a incline or decline here within the parking lot, but definitely noticeable. I think it looks fantastic. Not to mention, he also purchased the same exact tires that I intend to put on my 4Runner here as well. So these are, let me make sure I'm telling it to you correct. So yeah, they are 285/70, 78/17s, excuse me. Yeah, I almost said it wrong. So 285/70/17s, and those are the same exact ones that I have ordered for this guy over here. And of course, these are the stock Nitto Terra grapplers, whereas the ones over here are the BFGoodrich KO2s. So obviously a lot less aggressive, but when it comes to the TRD Pros, I do think these tires are the most aggressive that are offered on any one of them, right? Because you get the Michelins on the Tundra, you know, and the same goes for the Sequoia. And I forget exactly off the top of my head. I think they're Michelins too. I might get it wrong for the Tacoma, but again, nothing quite as quote-unquote aggressive as the Terra grapplers here. So they're definitely not bad. And that's the reason why I did not pursue a change with my last one, with my 2020 Army Green that I had. So they definitely look good, but let's face it, that looks a smidge better. So I'll go ahead and before I have him hop in and turn the wheel and I'll show you a closer look of it, I figured I'd highlight the other subtle differences. Of course, he has the Predator side tube steps here, and we have the RSG flat rock sliders with the kick out here with the traction cuts, as you guys have seen plenty. Other subtle differences, I didn't think, and I've never been one to really like pinstriping, but it does not look bad, if I'm being honest with you. You know, just the subtle dual black line doesn't look bad. America, it's a good man. So I'll show you the back end here. So he's gonna hop in and just turn the wheel for us. So you can get a closer look at that Westcott there. Obviously he has the ambers up front that look great. Thanks, bud. All right, so let me see if I can get in here with a little mini tripod. There we go, we are in here. Okay, so that little black piece at the very bottom, this right here, looks almost like a spacer. That is I think they call it a Perch, technically, but that is much thicker than the one that is on a stock TRD Pro. So the one over there on mine, I'm not gonna turn my wheel, but it's much thinner than that. So that's really where your increase in height, your stance is coming from. You do have a little, forgive me, my mic's getting tagged here, but at the very top of it, you also have a other very small spacer at the very top. So again, between the two of them, I really think you're looking at about 1.5 inch increase up front. But yeah, really just wanted to take this opportunity and show you guys side by side, what mine will eventually look like here in a second, and really kind of get your thoughts on it. Is it something that you would pursue? And if so, why? By the sounds of it, it definitely enhances the overall feel. One thing that he had mentioned is, when he hits the brakes, there's a lot less dive. So in the stock TRD Pro, when you hit the brake, you kind of lean forward a little bit. It kind of dives in, but whereas with this, there's a lot less of that apparently, which is pretty cool. But yeah, so I think that about wraps it up. Let's kind of do one more kind of walk around and we'll call it good. For mine, I will likely, you guys know me at this point, I will likely put the white lettering out because that tends to be my my thing. I think it looks great. However, I totally understand why people don't want to do it, just because, if you rub up against a curb, that white lettering for those KO2s kind of gets smeared, and sometimes it's, you can't really fix it. So, but yeah, so I'll wrap up the video there, but I appreciate you guys watching as always. Till next time.